Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're bringing clarity to one of the most discussed heroes of 2025. Satori. A hero many thought had fallen out of relevance, yet quietly remained one of the most used and most effective answers to modern team compositions. This video is not about nostalgia, and it's not about theory. These are real teams, used throughout 2025, built around real synergies, real counters, and real results. If you know how to place Satori correctly, he is still more than capable of deciding battles on his own. Let's start with a team that perfectly represents how modern Satori compositions look in 2025, Yasmin, Satori, Somna, Folio, and Octavia. This lineup thrives on layered pressure and delayed punishment. Yasmin forces immediate attention through dodge and critical threat, pulling control and burst away from Satori. While the enemy is busy trying to deal with her, Satori quietly stacks his marks, preparing the real execution. Somna and Folio work together to control tempo, applying disruption and pressure that prevents clean counterplay. Folio adds consistent damage and threat, forcing enemies to commit resources early, while Somna disrupts positioning and rhythm. Octavia completes the team by adding survivability and protection against physical pressure, allowing the backline to breathe. This team wins by overwhelming the enemy's decision-making. Every hero demands attention, and the moment they hesitate, Satori detonates the fight. The second team is one of the most important Satori lineups of 2025, especially against Octavia-based defenses. Astaroth, Anvari, Satori, Soleil, and Cascade became one of the most reliable answers to those lines. Astaroth provides resurrection and frontline stability, ensuring Satori gets the time he needs. Anvari is crucial here, denying displacement, knockups, and control that would otherwise shut Satori down. Soleil and Cascade form a powerful midline duo, constantly applying pressure, damage, and debuffs that feed directly into Satori's mechanic. This team doesn't rush the fight. It grinds the enemy down, denies their defensive tricks, and slowly stacks Satori's marks until the burst becomes unavoidable. Against Octavia teams that rely on dodge and extended fights, this composition turns their own strength into a weakness. Team 3 is a very different expression of Satori's power: Astaroth, Satori, Tempest, Zesha, and Aiden. This is a high-risk, high-reward lineup built around controlled chaos and sacrifice. Astaroth once again anchors the front line, but the real engine here is the interaction between Tempest and Zesha. Tempest manipulates time and tempo, allowing the team to control when damage spikes happen. Zesha trades health for overwhelming magical pressure, constantly forcing the enemy into defensive mode. Aiden is the glue that holds everything together, converting sacrifice into sustain and keeping the team alive through brutal exchanges. In this environment, Satori becomes lethal because the enemy is constantly buffing, healing, and reacting. Every action they take feeds his marks. This team wins explosive fights where control, sustain, and magic pressure collide, and Satori finishes what the others start. The fourth team represents a more classic but still deadly approach: Julius, Satori, Hus, Iris, and Polaris. This lineup is about control, amplification, and inevitability. Julius provides one of the strongest defensive frontlines in the game, absorbing pressure and stabilizing the early fight. Hus enhances the team's survivability and consistency, keeping energy flow smooth and protecting against sudden collapses. Polaris and Iris work together to layer control and magical damage, constantly applying effects that limit enemy movement and decision-making. This environment is perfect for Satori. The enemy is forced to cast, cleanse, and respond repeatedly, stacking his marks faster than they realize. When Satori finally triggers, it's not a surprise, it's the inevitable conclusion of a fight that was already lost in slow motion. The final team, and one of my personal favorites, is Elektra, Astaroth, Satori, Iris, and Lara Croft. This composition blends modern aggression with classic Satori punishment. Elektra and Lara Croft apply relentless pressure through sustained damage and positioning threat, forcing enemies to respond aggressively. Iris adds magical pressure and debuff layering, while Astaroth ensures the team survives the opening exchanges. In this chaos, Satori thrives. Every shield, every buff, every reaction fuels his damage. This team doesn't wait for the perfect moment, it creates constant danger, and Satori punishes the enemy for trying to survive it. Against teams that rely on sustain, shields, or layered buffs, this lineup ends fights decisively. So what do all these teams have in common? They all understand one truth about Satori in 2025, he is not a standalone carry. He is a punishment engine. He thrives in teams that force the enemy to act. The more they cast, the more they heal, the more they shield, the faster Satori becomes lethal. That's why he remained one of the most used heroes throughout 2025. Not because he was flashy, but because he was reliable in the right hands. Satori rewards patience, understanding, and proper team construction. When you connect him with heroes that apply pressure, control, and forced responses, he becomes a win condition that cannot be ignored. These 5 teams prove that Satori didn't disappear, he evolved with the meta. So Guardians, if you've been wondering whether Satori is still worth building, the answer is clear. In the right teams, with the right understanding, he remains one of the most dangerous heroes in the game. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.